Hi guys, it's me, Cat, MrsHandyRU. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm doing okay. I get vertigo almost every day, but I'm getting through it. So, enough about me. So there's a channel called Theoria Apothesis. I'm not probably saying that correctly, but it's like, what it means is questioning everything, questioning theories, theories that are probably long held and saying that, well, possibly they're wrong. That's what that means. And the person who hosts it is one of our people. I know you're going to think this is nuts, but anyway, the person's name is Kenneth Lee Wheeler. Now, just think about that name in your head. Just picture that name. Think about how many E's are in there. You have 2 E's in Kenneth, you have 2 E's in Lee, and you have 2 E's in Wheeler. So that's a lot of double E's, right? And, I always say that, they use these names with double letters a lot. Not every time, but they do this a lot, the Whiteheads. And if you even have 2 N's, what else is in here? I don't know. That's what's jumping out at me right now. Okay, so you put that in the database, and Kenneth Lee Wheeler comes to Simple Gematria 175, and that's Diana Frances Spencer. Okay, and this person is bald, and I think bald with glasses, and very thin arms and small hands. Okay, and tattoos everywhere. As much skin as there is, there's tattoos. It's hysterical. Now, if you look at some of his shorts, the short videos, you can see him holding like little ducklings. And just look at the face and the neck, and you'll see that it's just not, it doesn't look right. And to me, it's pretty obvious. So take a look at Theoria, Theoria, Apothesis, Apophasisis. I'm hoping I spelled that right. I think I did. So anyway, and I don't know if you remember, but Diana Frances Spencer also equals Lee Harvey Oswald. So I think she played Lee Harvey Oswald. And I mean, I've talked about this a few times. So it's really fun. And it's also equals, I am the female Christ. So there you go. So he had a really good video out. I mean, you can look at his videos either for face value, like exactly what he's saying. You can also do it for decoding, which is more like what I'm into. But he had a really good one on LED lighting not long ago. And the LED is also from your phone and computers, and all the lights in my house are LED, and I just started buying incandescent lights, light bulbs. And, everybody was pushed to do it during I guess it was the Obama administration. And I'll just read right off here. So he said, she, whatever, LEDs only emit red, blue, and green. Now, light, not full spectrum light. So, yeah, so RBG, aren't they the initials for Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Do you think maybe she had that name because of RBG and the lighting, LED lighting? I think so. And yeah, I know that's weird, but our guys use different names. Why not the bad guys using different names to mean different things? And it's kind of putting it out there, and everybody always said RBG, RBG. Oh, RBG died and all that. And I'm sorry my voice is shaky, but I don't know if it's part of this vertigo thing that I've got, but I've sounded like this for a while now. I think all this has been going on a month, and I can't do anything about it right now. So he said that on this video about LED lighting, that on a chart of dangerous lighting, that after LED lighting, if in a list of dangers or being exposed to dangerous light, the next most dangerous light is a welding arc for damage to a person. So anyway, so a welding arc is the next dangerous thing. So LED lighting is bad. It's bad. And a welding arc can blind a person. So he said also that, let's see if I can get this right. They can cause cataracts, or at least, I'm not sure if he said cause them fully, but at least can get them worse. I'm not sure which way he said that. And also macular degeneration. Now, I just got back from a marathon visit to the eye surgeon just now. And it's to get cataracts, the lenses removed. And I'm not very excited about it, and I have a beginning of macular degeneration. And we've had LED lights in this house ever since they came out, because Mr. Handy wanted to save money, and he figured, well, we were mad that they're like, if you break them, they're like hazardous. They've got all kinds of bad stuff in them. So he was mad about that, but then he was like, oh, but it'll save money. So it was like, after a while, all our lights became LED. And anyway. So besides the damage to eyes, and I talked to this doctor this afternoon, and he said, well, there isn't enough scientific proof to say that LED lights can harm your eyes, with cataracts. But you could tell he'd already thought about it. He'd looked it up, but he was like, it's not enough evidence, is basically what he's saying. There's evidence, but not enough for him, And I was just like, that anyway. So Kenneth also said LEDs cause behavioral changes, and he said, well, schools are cheap. This is how he put it, and they'll want to save as much money as possible. Or, and this is just for me, what if they know it causes behavioral problems? Like, we know that there's, superintendents of schools and people like that there's my Trump train, that are in on the bad side, right? Just say the bad side today. And what if they know exactly that this causes bad behavioral effects, And my daughter is a teacher, and she's like, I don't know what's happened to the kids. And I've heard that from all over the place in different schools. Like, what is going on with the kids? And not everybody, but, a lot of them. And what if it's the LED lighting? And, when he said schools are cheap, he's saying, they would be ones to use LED lighting too, because it would be saving money. Excuse me. Maybe this will help. You never know. Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, let's see, where did I leave off? I went off on a tangent. So I was looking for these incandescent lights on Amazon, and they were really expensive. And then I looked up an article about LED lighting, and it said that the government is outlawing incandescent lighting, and that was an end of 2023 article. And I was like, oh, holy moly, I want to get my incandescent lights, but they're so expensive. And Charmaine, a friend of ours on the channel, she said that, Lowe's and Home Depot still have them, and it's not super expensive. So that's a saving grace right there. So that's good, because Amazon was so expensive. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What's the next thing? Yeah. Oh, so, he says different phrases, and it doesn't have to be an odd phrase, although I tend to use those, when people are talking, to work on with coding. But this wasn't really an odd phrase, but I just felt like I had to do this one. He says, I have a farm. It's supposed to have like many acres, like it might even be 350 acres, I think, like some huge amount, but I don't remember exactly, in Kentucky. And I didn't do Kentucky, I should have. And I have a farm, is in Jewish gematria, or gematria, I say both, is 841, and it's Juan, because it's Diana again. Remember I just said Diana Frances Spencer, right, earlier, and then we have Juan, and Diana plays Juan. And I think Jackie has played him too, but I think most of the time it's Diana. Hi, Diana. And then in Simple, it's 84, and it's the beginning. It's the second word of his channel. It's Apothesis. It's like this is just so like meshed together, and it's literally a matrix beyond anything you could. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. And that equals 5-5, and 5-5, besides JFKJR, which most people remember that part, that 55 is junior, and of course it's Simple 84, and so it would be the two words 5-5. But 5-5 is also Lady Di, and that was another nickname for Lady Diana, and Di, and I think it also refers to DIE, in the Beast event and stuff. So in live chat, this was a bit ago, I asked which bank he thinks will be the first domino. At least in the open, I think everything's kind of been set already. That's just my opinion. Like everything is being controlled by the good guys and stuff like that. Gosh, I sound like I'm 12 years old and stuff like that. Gosh. And he said, there's a bank that collapsed. I don't know which bank chain will be the next. And he said, Republic Bank, it collapsed. And so what he does is as the live chat is going by, he makes comments about, so it's kind of all disjointed and not badly or anything. It's just, you get a couple of lines about one topic, then he switches to another because it's all going by what he sees in the live chat. But these guys, just their brains are just, they're just different, or their DNA is just different. I don't mean DNA different. I mean, it's just like Juan. I mean, because it is Juan. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I think we're all hooked together. I think we're supposed to all be like one brain or something. And that's how they know what we're thinking. I'll get to that next part in a minute, but because I feel like he was talking to me quite a bit in a few live streams. Yeah, let's see. And I think he talked to you too. So if you listen, it's not just me. I'm not anything special. He does this for everybody. Yeah, okay. And he said, not fun being in pain all the time. And I'm like in pain all the time, but it's been managed. It's not as bad as it used to be. So, that's a good thing. And he said food poisoning and a pinched nerve, and his truck was supposedly broken into. But nerve, that's the pain I have. It's nerve pain. It's a small cell neuropathy. Not that anybody cares, but being in pain all the time. And then he mentions nerve. And then he said something about I didn't have any ginger ale, and if I do have a soda, it's like only with popcorn, and I have like a ginger ale that has like just sugar and not corn syrup. So that's like my little thing I shouldn't have. Well, I have a lot of things I shouldn't have, but it was just funny, because that's something that I look forward to sometimes. And he said that nearly killed me. And then he mentioned his mother had thyroid cancer and she was going to be operated on, I think, the next day. But all this is just a story, all of this, because it's all made up. But like my thyroid is off, and so I'm taking iodine to try to help boost out my thyroid, and it's just, I know, just talking to me, And then he mentioned plasma, and I was just getting up to set up my Spooky 2, and that there's, well, both of the special tubes are called plasma tubes. I was just getting up to do it, and so it's just really cool. And he said something about, I get that they're bots, and the last live stream I did, and if you're looking for it, you have to look under the heading on my homepage, live stream. It wasn't the greatest live stream, I've got to be honest, but I had a lot of bots or AI or something, because when you're live, if you don't have like a moderator, you have to be the one to get rid of them if they're saying bad things or annoying other people in the chat. And I had to constantly get rid of things, so that wasn't too fun for everybody. But he said, I get that they're bots. And then he says something else that pertained to me, and he said, Gnome, what is her name? Christy Gnome, Nomes. She has a book out, and she's governor of, I don't remember where. And she had a dog that viciously killed the neighbor's chickens. And I had just told, not long ago, Lisa D, who's a friend of mine, hi Lisa, about my dog. And he was shot when I was a kid because he attacked the chickens that my neighbor had. It was like actually a chicken farm. And the dog was a husky, and it kept breaking its running wire, kept breaking free, and he would go after the chickens. And so anyway, after a while, the person said, oh yeah, I'm going to shoot it and say it's a wolf. So that's what that's what happened. So I thought that was interesting. You don't hear that story too often, and that's what I had just told her. And then he said, back to the bots in my live stream, took me 15 minutes to delete them all. And that same day, I had done that live stream. I had forgotten. It was that same day until I saw my notes. And then he said, like putting a sign in your yard. And my poor Trump sign from 2019 got all decrepit from rain coming down, and I had it on the front of my porch, and poor sign broke in half, where the metal goes up through that you're going to stick that in the ground. Well, I had it taped on my railing all that time. So I'm sure everybody looked at me as the Trump house, and it fell apart. And I have another sign to put up, but I don't know if I want to do it right now because I feel like it's just going to get destroyed again. But, well, I should put it up. I'm kind of having a conversation in my head, with myself. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I had taken it in around that time, my sign. And then I was trying to decide if I should get the riding lawnmower fixed that has been broken for years at the house. It's been sitting there. And I had called the guy to try to set it up. Well, no, it wasn't a call, it was a text. And I still haven't done anything about it. But he said, I'll never mow the lawn again. And it's just like all these little things. Yeah, anyway. I don't know. And he talked about, as far as I got, he talked about frequency devices. And that's what my Spooky 2 is. That you guys all helped me get from my Mr. Handy, and now I use it. So thank you so much. But he talked about frequency devices, and Lisa D has frequency devices too. So anyway, that was really cool. So if you can watch it, you know, you really should watch it. So, okay. So an MRI that I was supposed to have got canceled for different reasons. It was kind of goofy. And I was listening to Juan. I got home again after all that. I was kind of traumatized because I was there and then it got canceled. And Juan was talking about demons. And so after I get up, I'm listening. And the next YouTube that popped up was Jake Westbrook. That's JW. And Jake Westbrook is like this old-timey music, you know, from the 40s and earlier. Really nice music, and it's in different, like there's springtime and summer and all that. And Jake is like one of our people. I know it, and I can't remember exactly which one, but I worked on that a long time ago. And so right after that, I see a live video. You know, there's nothing like coincidences. You know, Q said that there's no coincidences. These things happen, and it's for a reason. You know, we pay attention to whatever's happening. So this live stream came up on YouTube, and it was a funeral in the Capitol building, and it was, you know, like I said, live. So I clicked on it, and it was for Medal of Honor recipient Colonel Ralph Pucket. Now you might have heard about him in the news because it was all in the news for days before this funeral. It was all over the place. And I'm looking at the name Pucket. Okay, you've got 2 T's. Just because it has 2 T's, I'm like, okay, is this really happening? I bet not, because nothing happening in Washington is real right now. Nothing. So yeah, this is how things work with me. Okay, this is just okay. So I kind of too much information here, but I filled the bathtub, the one that leaked and caused all the damage in my house, and that's why everything looks so bad right now, because they're gonna fix it finally. And I asked, you know, God, well, you know, I want the dizziness to stop, and I really wanted to know what was causing it, you know, because the MRI, if they saw something in the MRI, it would be like what happened to Mr. Handy. That's kind of what they're looking for. And I don't even want to say what it was. I lost my place again. Ugh. Yeah, I really wanted, I wanted to know. And it was like, okay. So anyway, I'm watching the Medal of Honor funeral, and there is a point. And I was working on that, you know, in Gematria. I was working on the guy's name and the service and all that. And Colonel was in Jewish 188, and it's boring. Like, okay, this is boring. And that's in Jewish. And in simple, it's 76, and it equals the plan. And besides the plan, it equals migraine. Now, my neurologist has been saying there's a chance that it sounds bizarre, but he's a well-known neurologist. He's not like a hokey guy. And he said that people can get vertigo with a migraine, but you haven't got migraine pain. So it would be a migraine causing the vertigo, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here I am. I just asked what was causing, you know, this vertigo, right? I just asked. And the tub was filling. I go down the hall. I start working on this funeral service that was live, and it comes up migraine. Okay. I think that was the answer. And that's what I'm thinking is happening. And let's see. I feel like that was the answer. So I'm not going to worry about all that crud going on with me. let's see. And then fasting showed up right under migraine. Now, I haven't tried fasting yet because I'm so wimpy. I don't know. But it was right under migraine. And I'm like, oh, you should fast. And then probably a bunch of you on here that watch this have fasted. But it's like, I don't know. I'm just nervous about, can I do it? And I'm so wimpy with food. And I became a vegetarian, but not anything beyond that. And I don't know. If anybody has any encouraging words, please put it in the comments. Yeah, so fasting is a 76 as well in Simple. So then I'm going on with working on that, what I'm sure was a fake Medal of Honor, service at the Capitol building. So Colonel also in 76 is actors and fiction. And Ralph is Simple 55, and it's JFKJR, like I said a minute ago, and Lady Di. And so it's almost like signing an event. That's the way I look at it when I see names like that. Like, oh, we're the ones behind it. And part, like playing a part, and video, and song, okay? Now, at the end of the Impossible Dream solo, which was beautiful, a young man was singing this beautiful solo to dream the impossible dream. A glitch happened. Now we're watching a live stream, right? So how do you have a glitch with a live stream? I mean, you can have a glitch with a video, but not a live stream, at least as far as I know. So there's a glitch in the sound. And I think it was all on purpose, I really do, to show that it wasn't live and that it was recorded. Because it was quite a glitch, It was like so obvious, and it was on the last couple of notes. So, you're all listening and you're going to clap. Well, maybe you don't clap, whatever. You're listening for the end of the song, and then it was like, really sounded off. So Ralph is video and song. So I think it's all tied together. And then we have Pucket, his last name, and it was Jewish. It's 478, and it's a big change in his life. Matches. And don't panic, because it was fake. Yeah, in the Medal of Honor speech had this phrase, danger close. Oh, not speech, the description. I think when they awarded the Medal of Honor to this person, there was this, that's what it was. It was a speech, and I was reading the speech online. I didn't see it, I didn't see when this was awarded. So anyway, online, it's had danger close, and it was in parentheses or highlighted, I can't remember which, and danger close, like with a dash. In Jewish, it's 305, and that's like 35, like President Kennedy, and it equals this doesn't sound like, it's not proper English, but it's a accidental death. And for me again, I take a lot of these things for myself, and you guys should do that too. And 305 is also forehead sign, and that to me is like about the vertigo and migraines and everything. And more 305, you're gonna just laugh when you hear this one. It's glitching, like I was, like a glitch in the song. It glitching. So it's so funny. These guys are so funny. And danger close and simple is 103, and it's Jack Kennedy and obvious. So it's like Jack Kennedy signs it and obvious. And Jack is just a nickname for John, if you didn't know. And let's see, and capitalism matches at 103. And the fake funeral was happening at the Capitol building. I think it was probably the rotunda. I don't remember. Yeah. And then we have Black Widow. I didn't even check online, was he married, but probably he was. And then another 305 is Died, Rose Again. And like, it just is so funny. Oh, this is so funny. So anyway, that's enough of that. And I hope you guys are doing well. And I'll put another video out in a bit. I know I've been gone a long time, but it takes a lot of energy for me to do the videos, and I haven't been feeling good, and it seems like I just can't get myself together to do them. So anyway, I love you guys. And take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.